Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. OhSheReads here, and in today's video I am here to gush about a series that I have just fallen in love with, and this is a new series I'm starting here on my channel. It's the Fangirl series. It takes a lot for me to fangirl. I really have to fall in love with the story, and with series it's even harder for me to achieve that level of obsession, and I think I'm 100% all the way there with this series, and it really took me by surprise. I was not expecting it at all, and I can now say that I am officially on the train. I am officially on the Sarah J Maas train, or Maas train, and yep, you've guessed it, I'm talking about, drumroll please, the Throne of Glass series. Oh my goodness, I am in love to the point where I just finished reading Heir of Fire towards the end of August, and I must say that I was starting to get the same level of emotional connection to the story and to the characters, and the same level of just, I don't even have the word for it, but just that same feeling that I got when I first read the Harry Potter series, and that is a big deal for me. No other series since that series has ever made me feel like that. So I am just in awe. I'm in awe right now, and I vowed that I would read these books this year. I started Throne of Glass way back in January, and you know, I just couldn't get into it. I really enjoyed, well, that's not necessarily true. I really enjoyed, like, I would say the first 40% of the book. And then for some reason, I just hit a certain point and I just stopped reading it. I think something just happened and it just threw me off. And then Selena's character was really throwing me off because she was so multifaceted, and I was trying to figure out if Sarah J Maas was just trying to throw all of these ingredients together to make this perfect female protagonist. And you know, it's like she was girly, but she could fight, and she knew weapons, and she's an assassin, but she loves dresses and pretty things. It was, and now that I even saying that, it just sounds so stupid, as if a character couldn't be that three-dimensional and that complex like a real human being. You know, it sounds so dumb when you say it out loud, but I guess we're just so used to characters in books being so flat. And why am I holding it like this, guys? Hold on. There we go. We're so used to characters not being so complex in young adult fiction. Certainly not in other genres, but I feel like particularly in young adult fiction, characters don't necessarily, we don't expect as much from these characters in this genre, which is really sad, and you know, it shouldn't be like that at all. But you know, especially as an adult reading young adult fiction, I feel like there's almost, you lower your expectations a bit, especially when it comes to the characters and how complex and developed they are. Like I said, it's not right, but I'm just keeping it real. So it just blew me away, and something just made me want to pick it up again. So I picked it up and I just fell in love. I fell in love. By the end of this book, I was hooked. So I quickly ran over to my shelf and picked up Crown of Midnight, which I flew through. I think I read this one in a day or two, couple days, and just this book was great. Loved it, completely hooked from start to finish. This one was really action-packed. You know, the story's unraveling a little bit more. We're getting way more into the plot. You know, there's some plot twists here and there, and things are starting to get really interesting. But let me tell you what, okay? It was not until this book right here that I fell in love, and I reached official fangirl status for the series. I'm on the train, and I am on the train forever. Like, I haven't read Queen of Shadows yet, because as you can see, I am collecting the series in paperback, which, as much as I love it now, I'm already thinking about reordering all the books in hardback. But the Queen of Shadows paperback actually comes out on the exact same day as Empire of Storms, which is really funny. So Tuesday, September 6th, the Queen of Shadows paperback comes out, and then Empire of Storms, the latest release in the series, comes out as well. So I've already pre-ordered them, and I have Amazon Prime, so they will both be getting to me on the same day, which is extremely exciting. I cannot wait for Tuesday, because you best believe I'm going to be jumping right into Queen of Shadows, and right after that, I'm going to be jumping right into Empire of Storms, because This series has just delivered everything I wanted, everything I needed that I didn't even know I wanted, and more. And Celaena Sardothien has become officially my favorite female protagonist as of right now. I would say in the fantasy young adult genre. Let me not get carried away, because there are also some other female protagonists in other genres I really love. But I would say in the fantasy young adult genre, she's at the top of my list. I'm there. I am there. A close tie might be Leia from An Ember in the Ashes series, which I will be making another video about that series because I've fallen in love and I'm fangirling about that one too, but I digress. Back to Throne of Glass series. This book, I read some mixed reviews, so I was a little worried when I went into it, when I started it. And I'm so glad that I went in with low expectations, because this book completely just blew me away. The character development in this book was astounding. I loved all the characters, even the characters that people complained about. I loved, like, Manon. I loved her, okay? I loved her. I know there will be no spoilers in this video, so don't worry. I'm not going to give away any specific plot details or character details. But I will say that Manon's character, if you've read the series and you know exactly what I'm talking about, I heard mixed things about her character, but I absolutely love her. She's so complex, and she's definitely that morally gray character that I love. I'm sorry, y'all. My camera cut off. But as I was saying, the characters in this book, Rowan has now officially become one of my favorite male protagonists I've ever read. And he was developed so beautifully. And I know people have some mixed things to say about him. Not everyone likes him. But his character development, I thought, was beautifully written. Superb. Excellent job, Sarah J. Maas. And just the relationship between him and Celaena, and how it starts and how it builds, and the intricacies of it, the complex or complexity of it, how rich it is, you know, how it all begins to unfold and what it starts to mean. And don't get me wrong, I love Chaol. I even love Dorian, you know, and in terms of for Celaena, I really do love Chaol, but there's something about Rowan that is so much of a torture. You know what? I love the tortured hero. I love, like, the bad boy hero and the guy who's been through things and come out stronger on the other side. So that's probably why I'm really biased towards Rowan. But I fell in love with Rowan. He made this book for me. Just being in his mind and his thoughts through Celaena's eyes and who he is, and I honestly, I don't even know what to say. I just really fell in love with him, and it touched me in such a deep, profound way that I actually would name one of my future children Rowan after him, because that's how much I was touched by him. That's how much his character has come to mean to me, and I don't even know what else I can say except I really freaking love his character. And he made the book so much richer for me, and the series has now a special place in my heart because of him. And I think that is so profound when a character can touch your life like that and do that for you. But yeah, I love him, and I'm just excited to see where the series goes. And I've heard some rumblings about Queen of Shadows and people being heartbroken and people being put through the ringer while they're reading the book. So I've kind of mentally prepared myself, especially the way that this book ends. I'm ready. I'm mentally ready to go into Queen of Shadows. I know it's not going to be a walk in the park. I know that Sarah J. Maas is probably going to put our favorite characters through hell and back, and then through hell again. I know. I've prepared myself mentally, emotionally. I'm ready. I haven't read The Assassin's Blade yet, but I'm very curious, and I do want to try to read them in the order of publication, so I might actually read a few chapters from this before Tuesday. I'm filming this on September 2nd, so Tuesday would be the 6th. So, you know, when Empire of Storms comes out and when I get my paperback copy of Queen of Shadows. So I might actually start thumbing my way and reading my way through this before that, before Tuesday. I can't think. So I do want to try to, you know, read them in the order they were published, so we'll see. So yes, that was my rave about the Throne of Glass series. I highly, highly recommend this series. If you haven't read it yet, I know there aren't many of us left who hadn't read it yet, but if you haven't read it yet, I definitely recommend this. It's glorious. I love it. It's action-packed. There's romance, there are plot twists. The world is rich, imaginative. It's just a beautiful story, and I'm really excited to see where Sarah J. Maas is going to take this story, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for, you know, the rest of the ride on this one. So I just wanted to fangirl a little bit about this and just share my love and my obsession, because that's what this channel is about. If we can't obsess about the books that we like here on BookTube, where can we? So definitely let me know in the comments if you've read the series, if you love it, how you feel about it, and I will catch you guys in my next fangirl video. Bye!